Hello, my name is Dagmar Bowman. I'm a yoga teacher and Kripalu trained mindful outdoor guide. And I welcome you to your sit spot. It's a 30-minute practice that is a little bit like meditation for people who, like me, have a hard time meditating. So find a place somewhere comfortable with a view of something green that can be inside your house, but preferably somewhere outdoors. It's a spot that we can return to again and again and become really familiar with it, with a sense of belonging and intimacy. This is number 4 of a series of 6 contemplations of awe and wonder. And we have together in the first 3 weeks realized that awe and wonder can only happen when we're actually there. So mindfulness is a component of that. And then we recognized our placement between the vastness of the sky above and the groundedness of the earth below. Last week, we looked at the tiny little things that oftentimes go unnoticed or unseen. And today, we are dropping into the surprise element of unexpected guests. So, oftentimes, as adults, we like to have everything under control, and the element of surprise eludes us because, like, if you are like me, I like to have everything planned out, and I'm not nearly as spontaneous as I used to be because of all the responsibilities that I think I have in my regular day to day life. So, the awe of surprise is something that I can practice, that I can reinstate, not by expecting it, because then, of course, if we expect to be surprised, then it's counter counter to what a surprise is, right? We can't expect it, otherwise it cannot surprise us. So we can just settle into the knowing that in nature everything is always changing. Not one moment is the same. Like for this leaf, I'm here in my backyard among the aspens where I'm getting a little bit of shade from the northern Nevada sun. But even that is going to change as the sun is turning. So I might end up being not so much shaded anymore. You might sit in stillness and then suddenly a bee lands next to you. Or maybe a bird starts chirping its song just this one time. And before you could take out your Merlin app, there it's gone. Or maybe a breeze might lift your hair, or a sudden cloud casts its shadow. Have you ever felt that? You're somewhere really hot, and then this cloud comes in front of the sun and gives you that sense of relief, that surprising sense of relief. So we can call all these events out in nature our unexpected guests. The Sufi poet Rumi says, "Be grateful for whoever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from beyond." Be grateful for whoever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from beyond. In this practice now, I invite all of us to realize the impermanence of everything and allowing space to be surprised, not just by what happens outside of us in nature, but also what might be happening inside of us. So let's begin by just checking in with our internal weather report. I like to just take one hand onto my heart and feel my feet and look within, maybe by closing my eyes if that feels safe to you. And then just ask yourself, how am I arriving today? Is there a word, a texture, or an image that would capture your mood or your energy. A word or a texture or an image. There's no judgment, just noticing. And let this be our starting place. So in half an hour, we'll see whether anything inside of us shifts. And maybe it can already shift with these next 3 grounding breaths. If you like, you can reach the arms up. Take a big inhale, reaching the arms up overhead. Maybe the eyes follow. And on the exhale, reaching the arms all the way wide, opening yourself up to whatever wants to surprise you today. But for now, just take a big inhale. Feel your feet grounding down into the earth. And a longer, slower exhale, a letting go kind of breath. And maybe one more. Don't have to use the arms, but sometimes they accentuate that feeling of expansion. And on the exhale, through your mouth, feel your body beginning to settle. You may close your eyes or soften your gaze. So look away from the screen for a moment. Notice the feeling of support, stability, or stillness with all the parts of your body that are grounded. And then as you continue that deep breathing without force, as you inhale, imagine yourself drawing in curiosity. Exhale and release any need of expectation or control. On the inhale, we open ourselves up to a sense of curiosity. And on the exhale, we release any need for control or expectations. And as you're gazing around you, imagine yourself as part of this landscape, not separate from it. Just another undulation, just another being, befriending the trees, the rocks, the grasses. Noticing you're just one more element in this web of life. Maybe you notice a branch swaying or a rock earthing or a blade of grass bending. Let yourself become available to what's here. So open your senses gently. Maybe first by hearing the sounds, even the distant or the subtle ones. If you want to enhance your capacity of hearing, you can bring 2 cupped hands behind your ears. We call this owl ears. Oh no, that's owl eyes, sorry. Deer ears. Notice the sounds far away and the sounds closer. Is there a sound that surprises you? Or is the surprise that you're actually noticing the sound? And then as you gaze around, notice any movement or stillness. And gazing, you can enhance, if you like, with owl eyes. The way I like to get my owl eyes on, that broadening of the horizon line, is by taking my thumbs in front of me and I'm gazing towards my thumbs. And I continue the gaze, a soft gaze in the direction, but I open my thumbs out all the way to the side. And I can still see them in my peripheral vision. Maybe you even wiggle your fingers to make sure that they're still there, but you're gazing straight ahead. Then you can drop your arms, but notice with the soft gaze what it is that is moving or what it is that's still. Maybe you can find something that surprises you, a movement pattern perhaps that you hadn't noticed before. And then as you're resting in this place with this breath, listening and gazing, without anything else to do, but to simply be here and be open, perhaps feel the breeze or the sun or the cool air on your skin. Where do you feel it? Maybe you feel your clothing touching your skin. And as you're beginning to notice these subtleties with all your senses, recognize that you're coming right here into this moment. And this is where life really happens. And now set a quiet invitation. I'm open to what this moment brings. I'm open to what this moment brings. You can say it out loud or whisper it silently inside. It may be quiet. This moment may be full of sensations. It may shift unexpectedly. Let it be what it is. Let each moment just be exactly what it is. We'll enter into about 10 minutes or so of just quiet observation. You can, again, use your deer ears or your owl eyes to return into this moment. You may stay still. You may turn slightly to see something else that's catching your eyes. Let go of the trying to experience awe or surprise and turn yourself simply into a witness. During this time, notice what draws your attention naturally. Maybe is there a sound or a movement that surprises you? I just heard a plane. What arises internally as you sit in awareness? What arises internally as we just sit here? So let every guest, every sound, every emotion, and every change be welcome. I'll be hooting like an owl when our 10 minutes are up. And I might, in between, just remind you a few times. Enjoy. as you're sitting, being a silent witness. Just notice what you notice. Is there an unexpected visitor? A thought, an emotion, a sensation? Invite them in. Notice whether there is anything that surprises or delights you. Maybe right now, or maybe it happened during the day. What surprised or delighted me today? And what shifted in me as I let go of expectations? What can shift within me when I let go of expectations? Into the silence, maybe also ask yourself, how do I tend to respond to the unexpected in my life? how do I tend to respond to the unexpected? Woo, woo. So slowly coming back. I'm getting a little reprieve. An unexpected cloud in front of the sun. That's lovely. I have something else that I noticed only after a long time. I don't know of standing here. I don't know whether you can see it, but this particular leaf has a little heart that an insect bit into it. Isn't that so sweet? And was there. Not until the very end did I actually see it. So maybe you also have an unexpected guest that visited you. Maybe an animal or a sound or a sensation or a thought or a leaf. I want to finish with the whole poem by the Sufi poet Rumi. It's called The Guest House. This being human is a guest house. Every morning a new arrival, a joy, a depression, a meanness. Some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all. Even if they are a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture, still, treat each guest honorably. He may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice, meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whoever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from beyond. Each has been sent as a guide from beyond. So place your hand over your heart again, or you can use two hands like butterfly wings. Gazing down or gazing within. Noticing perhaps whether anything inside has shifted. Say quietly to yourself or aloud, thank you for arriving. I welcome what life brings. Take one final breath with that gratitude as an attitude. And then as you're clear on that landscape within, do you notice whether anything has made you feel a little calmer or clearer or more present? To me, spending time in nature always has that effect, and I hope that it works for you too. So as we leave our sit spot today, of course you can stay for as long as you like and return often. I invite you to walk slowly, more slowly than normal. And let the practice be carried within you wherever you go. And remember that awe or surprise often arrives when we least expect it, when we stop looking for it, and when we simply pay attention. And in order to pay attention, we have to be present in the moment. So next week, we will discover the surprising sense of belonging to the beauty all around us. And I hope that you can join us. I'm so grateful. Much love. Thanks for joining us.